My name's Angelica Roque, and I am going to be in the reading of Soldier's Heart by Tammy Ryan, playing Lance Corporal Jamie Hernandez.
Hi, I'm Leah Romeo, and I'm a playwright and a novelist living in Hoboken, New Jersey.
Hi, my name's Amanda Lipinski, and I'm playing Casey in Soldier's Heart by Tammy Ryan.
I don't know what else to say. Okay, let me keep
What
going.
about the fact that you wrote this awesome kick-ass female character, and now some actress is going to get to portray that, and that's really great.
Yeah.
What's cool about Artemisia is they're very specific about their mission statement. They know what they want, and what they want is plays that showcase women in non-traditional roles.
Artemisia Theater is so awesome because they focus on female-centric works, which is great to have the female voice put in the forefront in theater and be strong and awesome.
And I just think that the subject matter that Artemisia deals with and the range of things that the company deals with is just fascinating. And it's really the only company in Chicago doing what they're doing now.
I think it's just as important to have universal plays from a female perspective as it is to have universal plays from a male perspective. But unfortunately, it's a lot harder to find a home for those plays or theaters that are interested in those kinds of plays. So I think it's wonderful that that's what Artemisia is doing, and I could not be more excited to be a part of it.
Sometimes people have a hard time with women who are not going to be nice all the time, or struggling with something, which is really absurd to me, really, because that's what drama is about. It's about conflict and struggle, and I think it's sort of a double standard sometimes for the male versus female protagonist, and I don't understand that.
Artemisia wants to raise $5,000. And with that money, it will produce 6 staged readings with equity actors, equity stagehands, paid directors, paid writers, and it will also produce the 2013 production of Gambit by Tedford, Kendall. And that play was selected by the 2012 Fall Festival audience.
Soldier's Heart is about an ex-Marine who has finally come back home from Iraq, and she's dealing with how to live again after having some really traumatic experiences abroad.
She's fully committed to this wonderful woman who goes to serve a country that she believes in and that she loves and is betrayed by that country. So a direct attack on her person. Why the system? There are no easy answers. And she's not, Casey can't just be angry or hurt or a victim or a lost soul. She's wrestling with all of those complex experiences that she had. And she's also so strong. I mean, the title is beautifully earned because she really has a soldier's heart.
Hi, I'm playing the mom in the Tyler family portrait, and it's going to be some challenge because this is a family where, well, one could say a crime has been committed. At least certainly that's what you'd say looking at the family from the outside. But as an actor looking at the family from the inside, the question is, what keeps us together? Where's the love? Where's the conflict? And how do we solve these serious problems together and stay together?
The inspiration for Chewing on Beckett was I wanted to do an all-female production of Waiting for Godot, and I discovered that the Beckett estate prohibited women from performing the play. And that kind of pissed me off, so I thought, well, why don't we just build our own sandbox?
And it deals, in the same way that Waiting for Godot deals with kind of the whole of existence and what we expect from our lives, what we hope for our lives, but don't necessarily know that we ever achieve. Chewing on Beckett does somewhat the same thing, but it examines the relationship between a scholar and her studies of Beckett and her views of who Beckett really is, and the whole idea of how we exist in our universe and how we kind of are waiting for some sign as to what we should be doing.
My play, Art Appreciation, is about a young woman, artist, sculptor, who is up against some of her past stuff while she deals with her current relationships and her feverish attempt to be successful as an artist. And It's a comedy, but there's some beat to it. There's a message there.
So the inspiration for my play, Green Whales, was actually a Law & Order episode, which was, I believe, based on a true story. And it was about this couple where the woman and the man were in a relationship, and the woman had this condition that actually made her look a lot younger than she really was. And so they'd be out in public together, and people would just give them these weird looks, and even they ended up getting arrested at one point because they believed this man was dating a teenager, even though he was actually dating a woman his own age. So I thought that was just such an interesting, weird twist on a love story. And then I started thinking, well, what if the man didn't even know and he thought he was dating a teenager? That makes it even more weird.
What I liked about this play was that it was this somewhat kind of crazy story about, you know, who you could end up falling in love with, and that people would make fun of it, or would think that it was crazy, or it had a lot of women characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
It borders on creepy. In a way that I think will make the audience feel uncomfortable, which is good.
Belfast Girls is about finding a new family when you've been abandoned. It's about countries today that are not taking care of their own people, who are sending them off, or who are leaving people alone. And Belfast Girls is a group of women finding each other, very different from each other, and how even if your country has told you they don't want you anymore, that women are strong enough and wise enough to find themselves and to find each other and to continue on.
In Gambit, a seemingly innocent game of chess symbolizes the battlefield between a brilliant but troubled law student and her aunt, a powerful U.S. attorney, as they fight over the law student's imperiled future.
One of the things that is so important in a crowdfunding campaign like this one is it lasts for 30 days. But the most successful crowdfunding campaigns raise about 30% of their ask in the first 72 hours. So we need to raise $1,500 in the first 3 days so that we can guarantee that this fundraising campaign is successful. So if you could help us do that, that would be awesome. If you could make a pledge, and then if you could share it with your friends and your family and your coworkers and anyone you can think of, we would really, really appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you at the Fall Festival and at the world premiere of Gambit. Thank you for helping make those things happen. We really can't thank you enough for your support.
Artemisia, the Chicago theater, finally gives women a voice and finally allows playwrights to create roles that are strong for women and a chance to tell a female story, and a story that everyone, regardless of what age, gender, what your political preferences are, to think and to be challenged by the stories of all of our great writers who submitted and who are doing pieces this year and for future festivals.